and welcome to another dose of Table Talk, where we talk about your questions, topics, things, and stuff that you recommend on Twitter and Facebook using the hashtag Table Talk. I love that you're just agreeing with me. My name is Blvd.
I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
And I'm Matt Lieberman.
Everything Phil says, I just
truth.
smile and nod.
I like, you need one person that's just like, it's the truth, and the other person that's like big on it, like, whoa!
Yeah.
What?
This is an amazing truth that I didn't know about.
Table Talk.
Connor Bergman says, if you could be any character from a TV show or live in their world for a day, who would you be?
Picard, baby.
Picard?
Captain Picard, baby.
Why?
Listen, because he is proper, he is British, he is a commander, he's got swaggery sex appeal that you wouldn't even realize because he's so smart.
Cool.
And he's part Borg, which means that he also probably has some kind of Borg powers.
Because The Clone Wars is a TV show, I would say Anakin Skywalker. Because
You want to be Anakin?
Yeah.
He's the worst.
He's the best. If you watch The Clone Wars, it's actually pretty good.
It's really just that Phil wants to be Darth Vader.
Yes. I've slowly realized over the past year that I wanna be evil, but not have any of the real world repercussions.
You also want to have all of your bodily organs replaced with like robotics?
RoboCop had that, and he's cool. Darth Vader has that, plus the Force.
But think about their personal lives, though. There's not much going on. They're always at work, okay?
Being evil?
I feel like...
I want Darth Vader to go on vacation and see what he's like, and the hotel isn't up to snuff, and he tries to get an upgrade, but he can't, so he starts force choking, then he's arrested.
Okay.
Vader doesn't get arrested.
Why?
Because he can force choke everyone.
Phil's specification is that he has to get away with all of it, so there can't be getting arrested.
But also, Vader, if he wasn't such a bitch at the end, he's the man.
Whoa! He was not a bitch at the end.
Wow.
That was when he was the hero.
That was when he was the
This
hero.
is why Philip DeFranco is celebrating all things that are bad about people, okay? Because you want them to get away with murder and get away with choking and get away with blowing up planets when I want justice and peace and love and pie for everybody.
Look at how he's making himself shine.
I am. It's a strategy.
He's a
Pie
shiny
for
penny.
everyone.
He's a shiny penny.
I
think
am.
I'm gonna be She-Ra.
Okay.
The first thing I thought was Lazar?
And for some reason,
the
I thought Cheetara from the Thundercats, but no, you're talking about the He-Man
She-Ra.
equivalent.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was torn between She-Ra and Buffy.
Okay.
Okay.
Buffy
Understandable.
TV show, not movie Buffy.
Right.
Important distinction.
Yeah, no one wants to be Christy Swanson. Not even Christy Swanson.
Not today. But yeah, if you're
Sorry,
Buffy,
Christy
it's gonna be scary because there's lots of evil things chasing you all the time. But you get to date some really hot dudes and you get to feel really badass and still go through all the trials and tribulations of a teenage girl.
Yeah, but then also...
And save the world.
Yeah, but her life is hard, man. She has to work at it all the time, and she just keeps getting dealt bad hands.
Yes, but have you seen young David Boreanaz?
I have. Man's handsome. But he was also a vampire, so he was ice cold.
Vampire with a soul.
No one wants an ice
Vampire
cold
with a
lover.
soul.
Yeah, but you're putting...
Trisha, he
ever
makes
watch Buffy?
valid
You're
points.
putting something
No.
ice cold inside of you, and then he gets evil. Okay, you can't have sex with
Well,
him.
then she's into the evil because then you date Spike.
You know that there are sex
Yeah, but he's
toys that are
reformed.
specifically for that.
for cold.
Cold?
Yeah. Google it.
That's dudes.
It's a thing.
Dudes are into Boston coolers.
It glitters too.
What's a Boston cooler?
Are you being for realsies?
I'm being for
what's a-
realsies.
what's
What's
a
a
Boston
Boston
cooler?
cooler?
Is this just
Even
a thing
Owen's
that
like-
I heard about?
I think- I
I'm
think-
the dirtiest
I
one at
lived
the
in
table.
Boston. What is a
Here's
Boston
the
cooler?
deal. I'm kind of excited because if we Google it and there's nothing there, that
Yeah.
means Trisha did something that's never
Never
happened.
been done. And Trisha is an innovator, a trailblazer. She is deserves
I am
a Nobel Peace
Wait,
Prize.
so what is this thing?
No.
Okay,
Nobel
so a Boston
perversion
cooler
prize.
is when a lady puts ice cubes in her cheeks and then pleasures a man.
Do I have a phone? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I have no.
I couldn't have made this
on the
up.
Was it a dude from Boston that had said this?
No.
So he's not like changing something and making
as someone
ownership.
who
This
lived
is
in
like
Boston.
one of those. It's one of those things like a dirty Sanchez or a donkey punch.
No,
or
because a
something.
dirty Sanchez involves poop, and a donkey punch
but
involves physical violence.
I mean, these are small phrases to talk about sexual things.
No.
That
Did
is
it-
that is the cleanest
I
like
guess.
that is the cleanest thing because all the things that have names are terrible.
Well, I have a question. I mean, this doesn't have a name, but did anyone ever talk about when you were growing up a girl putting Pop Rocks in her mouth and then giving a
I
man
heard
a
about it.
blowjob.
It never happened.
It sounds like the worst thing
Sounds
in
terrible.
the
Or
world.
they say mints too.
Mints? That's not the same though, because mints aren't actively popping and releasing gas and puncturing
That
your
just feels-
dick, perforating you with holes.
I just feel like that'd be kind of sandpapery.
Jesus.
Wouldn't that be kind of sandpapery?
No, it's completely different. Sandpaper's just rough. These are actively exploding around you. It's like wanting to have sex in the middle of a live battlefield like a chump. And I'm not a chump.
So, ladies, sex tip from Matt Lieberman: don't put Pop Rocks in your mouth or in your vajayjay before you do anything fun like
That's
that.
just dumb on your part.
I feel like at some
you put
point
'em
though,
down there.
everyone's done something stupid. They were like, "This is gonna be weird and different," and then like they get a rash. Like that's the only thing that happens.
Well, I feel like over the vast history of humanity, we've done, I think, every possible stupid sexual thing out of sheer boredom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
What? So any other weird sex things that we don't know about? Because I've never heard that in my entire life.
I don't
A
know.
Boston
I'm trying
cooler.
to think now.
Usually the reason something has a weird name is because you don't want to describe what the hell it is.
Right.
Like you don't want to be like
Boston Cooler sounds like a nice cocktail.
It does.
You know, that's like Mr. Boston
I can't
vodka.
have
Like, you
just
go
been
to
like
a-
the only person that heard that. That's what I'm like, maybe it was like an East Coast thing.
I don't know. I know that it gets really sweaty during the summer in Boston, so maybe someone was like, you know what would keep us all cool?
I'm hoping there's a lot of people in the comments that are like, no way, I know what that is.
Right. Or, well, no,
Can
someone's
you use
going to be
crushed
like,
ice?
That might hurt. I don't know.
it might hurt, but then it also kind of dissolves faster, and you're not getting this weird, hard pressure on both sides.
I think it's just because a dude wanted to see a girl's cheeks chipmunked out while
Why
it was
would
happening.
you want to see that?
Well, I don't know why you'd put ice in there.
How is that
Because
erotic?
it's supposed
Well,
to be
'cause-
an interesting sensation.
Well, no,
the
that's
cold
erotic.
And the
The
warm at the
puffed out
same
cheeks
time.
aren't erotic.
Right, that's what
I'm not saying that it's a valid reason.
Phil's
I'm just
that
saying.
chipmunk thing.
Yeah. Chipmunking is when you give someone a blowjob when your mouth is full of marshmallows or peanut butter.
What? That's not a real thing.
Making that up in the moment.
Yeah, you are.
On the fly.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Groundhogging is already a thing, so that's not going to be a thing. Woodchucking, I'm not even going
What's
to say.
groundhogging? I know what prairie dogging
well, that's
is. I
it's
don't know what
basically the same
groundhogging
thing.
is.
So I mean, if that's coming out one end and you're putting something in the other end, and then that's happening at the same time, you try to synchronize. You synchronize the movements, kind of like a nice transaction.
That
at a
doesn't
bank.
sound like a nice transaction.
It could be.
That's the best reason to turn to camera.
Holding this face.
It could
What's
be.
the question? I'll read a question.
Oh wow, how long ago did you pick that?
I know. I picked
know.
it up in the middle of woodchucking. Dominique at Dommy the House Elf writes, "What would happen if a vampire bit a zombie or vice versa?"
I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Listen, if
I feel like the vampire would get poisoned.
a vampire would get poisoned, or just frankly, it's dead flesh. They're
Yeah,
not
you're
going to be able to
eating
do
rotting
anything
meat.
to it. I think if a zombie bit a vampire's already dead, but they might lose whatever brain power they have. I don't know. They're animated by magic versus zombies are animated by science. So really, you can't even explain the connection between the two of them. Two completely different universes. Get that out of your head.
I feel like the person that asked this might write weird zombie fan fiction.
I would like to read some of it.
Hey, yeah, have you guys read any weird zombie fan fiction? It's like if someone, like 3 different people
Getting
recently-
blown by a zombie is a Boston cooler because they're ice cold.
or a vampire.
Or a vampire.
Oh man.
You gotta work at fangs though.
Yeah.
Fangs.
New fangs, bad fangs, baby.
Yeah, I feel like if a vampire bit a zombie, they'd get poisoned because it's rotting flesh. But if a zombie bit a vampire, I don't know if they'd get infected.
I think you
feel like
guys
they're immune
are
to infection.
Qualifying this ridiculous question.
No, we really have to explore this because eventually a movie's gonna come along that's pitting vampires versus zombies, and everyone wants to be prepared.
And there's gonna have to be angry nerds out there
Right.
that vehemently
It's
argue.
like, that wouldn't happen.
That would happen, man. There's no way,
Yeah.
because that's science, that's magic, you can't cross them. That's what Matt Lieberman said.
Oh my god, that's my favorite thing about time travel movies.
Yeah?
They're like, it doesn't work out that way. I'm like, you know everything
you know
about
how time travel works.
Yeah, okay, listen, we go back, we save the whales, and we come back and save the planet. That's how Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, explained time travel. You loop around the Earth enough times until you go back in time. Same way with Superman the movie 1. Goes back around the Earth, flies around it until it reverses speed. And not everyone dies, instead time goes back.
You heard it here first.
Those are the rules.
See, now I'm just thinking about time travel, and then there's always one guy.
Time travel movies are the best movies.
Yeah, well, as long as you don't question it, that's why I loved Looper. I mean, you could complain about Looper easily.
Sure.
But, like, I don't know. I like the idea of a multiverse without actually having to talk about it, because there's always one guy that's way too into it, and he's like, everything's possible, and you're like, rocket skateboards with dinosaurs?
Okay, he doesn't mean you.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay,
No,
baby.
there's a multiverse for everything. We could have picked a different question from the Table Talk Bowl, and that would split off into another universe.
That's
Totally.
funny. I used to think about that all the time when I was a kid. Like when I was 5 or 6, I was like, what about
Really?
this other universe where I ate that cookie?
You had grasp of that at that age?
Well, I don't know that I had grasp of it, but I always thought about, like, I'm on the swing and I'm swinging, and what if I jump off the swing right now? Is there another universe where I don't jump off the swing and I swing
Right.
for like another 5 minutes and then I jump off, and does that make a different outcome for the rest of my
See,
day?
that
You're
I get.
absolutely right.
That I get,
Yeah.
because there's all these decisive things in everyone's day.
Right.
But there is no multiverse. I'm going on
There's
the
no
record
universe,
here.
okay.
You can quote me. There's no universe where dinosaurs ride rocket skateboards.
You're wrong. The whole concept of a multiverse precludes that there must be at least one where that happened, and there are probably 100,000 where that's a thing.
I like that
Okay.
you went you went with multiverse.
Yeah.
Infinite.
Infinite.
Go for 100,000.
100,000 ones where there's where
very
there's
good
dinosaurs
point.
riding rocket skateboards.
very
It's
good
outlandish, but like there probably exist at least 100,000 of those.
If you go with the idea, it has to be infinite to the infinite.
Fine.
Never ending, all encompassing. Every like speck of dust that moved has its own fucking universe. I hate this idea.
Billy D, listen to yourself.
There are two universes.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's one, that's this one, and then there's the other one.
there's
But
one-
everyone speaks with German accents.
There's one where Hitler won, and there's this one.
Yeah, those are the most popular what if multiverses.
We're gonna find out, because Nazis, according to all video games and movies, were working on secret technology.
Yeah.
And they're gonna jump into our
They
universe.
cryogenically
Take
froze
over.
Hitler. And
Yes. Wait, sorry.
Wait.
You're saying that this isn't the truth. You're obviously misinformed.
Obviously.
Because here's the thing. Nazis came from the future back in time and gave lots of great technology to those Germans. And now they're going to use it again against us. They're incubating an army in the past. to
I'm
come
so
back to
glad
the
you
future.
said technology and not advice.
No, they had
was like-
terrible advice. Never talk to a Nazi about dating. They'll give you all the wrong moves.
have you done that?
Talked to a Nazi about dating on a road trip once, and he said, "Go to her, man. You know, you just tell her how you feel," and it blew up right in my face. That's not what happened. That's actually very good advice.
That
You
is
should
good
always-
advice. I was like, shoot, Nazis got good advice.
Nazis got that good advice. No,
As long as they're not talking about Jews or war, they're actually
yeah.
That's terrible.
as long as they're not talking about Jews or war.
Was the girl you were dating Jewish?
No, I've only dated. My mom wants me to date a Jewish woman. She said to my face she'd feel she failed as a parent if I don't marry someone who's born Jewish.
Aw, really?
Oh yeah, deep guilt out in the open.
I like how that's surprising to you.
Yeah, it was shocking to me at the time because I never thought, I thought, okay, if she was adopted and raised Jewish her whole life, that would be fine, or converted, that would be fine.
Well, are you from East Coast or West Coast?
I'm from East Coast.
Okay,
I'm straight up Jersey
that's,
Jewish.
That's not surprising to me at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like East Coast Jewish, it's like that's if you don't.
Yeah.
Why?
No, it's like Fight Club. First rule of Jersey Jewish, you don't talk about Jersey Jewish. Just broke that. Second rule, marry Jewish. Third rule, what'd you have for lunch today?
Can you tell me something? Because I can't tell if a Jewish guy was messing with me or not.
Okay.
Do Jewish people on the East Coast
Yes.
have their own ambulances?
No.
No?
Who told you that?
Is he lying? Jews? Just like,
No. Who told him
who
that?
told him?
Fourth
Who
rule,
told him?
Fourth rule of Jersey Jews, you do not tell them about a fucking secret ambulance.
Private
No,
ambulance.
he said they have secret ambulances, and I was like, in no way do I believe that.
dare
And he was like, it's a real thing. Ask other Jewish people. And I think he did it to either set me up for an extremely awkward drunk conversation
Yeah.
with someone,
Right.
or because he was letting me in on something.
I'm neither going to confirm nor deny. I'm just going to say, dude, I will find you.
Okay.
Did we even get to the next question?
Nope, here it is.
I'm
You ready?
like lost. Oh my god, your relationship with the camera has been love, lust, and hate.
The camera and
You've
I have
gone
a
through it all.
complicated past. We grew up together,
the same
schooled
time.
at Eton and Oxford. What?
At Aguila Aztec says, If you could morph into anything at any given time, what would you morph into? It can be any object, animal, etc.
Oh.
I'm going liquid.
You're going liquid?
Yeah. Be really nice to
Alex
morph
Mack in
into
it?
liquid. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I would just morph into Superman. Then you have all the Superman powers. Done deal. You live forever, okay, or close to it.
So would you still live your normal life as Matt Lieberman, or would your life then become consumed with being Superman?
You're so right, because the pressure of being Superman means that you have to be saving people all the time. And frankly, I don't know if I'm ready to sacrifice my entire life for the good of the planet. I'm too selfish.
And your
for that.
family's in danger.
Oh, shit.
See,
coming after
okay,
you.
that's the hero idea.
You're right.
That's the reason I always go with evil guy. Is because all my evil guys that I'm like that I would be that is because they start out good
Right.
and they're like nah
Yeah.
too much too much
no
work.
one expects anything good from them. So when you decide to do something nice for someone, everyone's like, "Whoa! Did you see the gift Vader brought Rachel for her birthday? A flat screen?
Well,
Whoa!"
That is moving fast.
Actually, a flat
just-
screen in Star Wars world is stupid because you got holograms. So that's a shitty gift.
but then it doesn't turn out to be good. It'd be like, did you see that gift that Vader gave Rachel? And then it turns out to be shit.
Yeah, actual shit. Bantha Poodoo. Bantha Poodoo is a thing in Star Wars. If you don't watch a lot of Star Wars, it's a reference that they make a lot. It means shit, all the shit. It's a big clump of shit. It's Bantha shit.
My friends have white bantha parties around the holidays now. So you can do like instead of a white elephant gift
That's
exchange.
rad.
It's pretty cool.
Is it all a Star Wars gift exchange?
Oh, mostly. It doesn't have to be. It's not like limited to, but just the people that are invited.
I want it to be 90% of that stuff and then just beer mug with Simpsons character.
Oh, great!
That occasionally happens, not gonna lie.
I would feel like such a turd if I came with a non-Star Wars gift to a white Bantha party.
Here's the deal, okay?
It's a life day party.
I am against parties that have themes or agendas, because this.
So you're against 90% of parties.
90%
This is
of
why
parties.
Phil didn't come to my Harry Potter themed roller skating party.
Oh my god, I love that that's not even a joke, that's a real thing. I went to what I found out was a Walking Dead Halloween party where everyone was supposed to dress up like Walking Dead. As I understood it, as the house was going to be dressed up like it was from The Walking Dead. So I show up in a bear costume. To this stupid.
Okay.
Listen, there's no reason why
A bear.
sole bear has survived the zombie apocalypse. Just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it isn't true.
I feel like that's good eating for the rest of the zombies
Oh,
at the Walking
but
Dead
hell
party.
yeah.
But I felt like a dick too because I didn't inform my fiance and I didn't inform my friend. So I had a buddy who came dressed as Walter White.
Yes.
Awesome.
No reason why he doesn't exist.
Awesome.
Actually, no, he died.
And
so-
Lindsay was dressed as a kangaroo. And so it was just,
Yes!
it was the weirdest
Well,
party
actually,
to be at.
kangaroos are probably the most likely to still exist in the zombie apocalypse because there's so much wide open space in Australia that was never colonized that's still bush where they all live. So
I don't know that I can get on board with this.
Kangaroos.
No, because the zombies are stuck on what is a massive island with a bunch of kangaroos, and I have to imagine kangaroos can fight. What if they fought back?
Better than humans?
The kangaroo militia started off as a joke, but then they came to take back the world, and they became super intelligent, and we got a way better series about a kangaroo planet with zombies left over.
Did your future Nazis tell you this?
My future Nazis told me that this is going to be greenlit for summer of 2018.
Okay.
It's going to be starring Danny McBride as the lead kangaroo, and, complete with, I don't know, Roseanne?
Why, Rose?
How would you put Roseanne in anything?
Because she's a living legend.
Remember when her shooting koosh balls was like a thing?
Yes! Oh my
No.
god,
What?
yes!
When was
So
that?
stupid.
I haven't thought about
So
this
stupid.
literally
Is that a
since
commercial?
that was
No,
a
it's
thing.
when she had a TV show.
Right.
And
She would
like
just
shoot it
shoot
into
koosh
crowds.
balls at people in the crowd. That was like her thing.
Oh, her talk show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who am I talking about?
You're talking about Rosie
Roseanne!
O'Donnell. I'm talking about Roseanne Barr. Of course I wouldn't put Rosie O'Donnell in the future kangaroo zombie
what's
show. Are
funny?
you high?
You know what's funny? Okay, we knocked over table talk, but he said shooting koosh balls, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that. And I'm like, when did Roseanne have a talk show?
Yeah, so the main thing we learned
I just
today
forgot
is
that
that
Roseanne has a talk
all
show.
large white women look the same to Trisha because she's a terrible person.
me!
Thanks for watching this Table Talk. My name's Philip DeFranco.
I'm Matt Lieberman.
He's evil.
She hates fat white women.
You always say things that I think are going to, like, you start saying a word, and then I'm like, oh, he said a different word.
What did you think I was gonna say?
Nothing.
Great.